Have you ever felt invisible? Have you ever questioned your own worth, settled for mediocrity? Almost as if you had no real value at all. At times you've been seriously overlooked, leading to major disappointments, frustration, and rejection. So much so that in your own eyes, your value has diminished. Today we're looking at a young lady that experienced a season of feeling less than. She went from feeling emotionally bankrupt and invisible to become the beat. She unintentionally discovers her superpower. If, dear, you've ever felt lost, muted, or forgotten, this is for you. Be sure to stick around to the end for the wonderful transition that happens right before our eyes. Let's watch together and be encouraged to pursue our own superpower. That said, let's dive in. Glow in the concrete tin, a city of noise in motion, graffiti lining the walls of giant structures, easily absorbing individuality and uniqueness. Everybody seemed to blend together in their hurried existence. There stood a 23-year-old named Amara. She moved like a shadow. She worked at the front desk of a prestigious midtown design agency. She was polite, prompt, efficient, yet invisible. On her job, with her family and friends, nobody seemed to notice her. Every morning she dressed in neutral tones, pulled her beautiful curly hair back into a tight bun. She frequently walked past mirrored buildings without even glancing at her reflection. Her coworkers talked over her in meetings. Her friends, while distracted and dazzling, never noticed how she drifted further out of their circle. Even her family, proud but busy, assumed she was doing fine because she always said she was. Yet something inside made her feel small, like a whisper in a room full of shouts. One night, after a long shift and a longer silence, she wandered into a tiny poetry reading club tucked between a laundromat and a liquor store. She didn't know why, but there was something about the glowing string lights in the window that intrigued and piqued her interest. One performance genuinely caught Amara's attention. The piece was about a girl who felt like background noise until she realized she was the rhythm that everything moved to. The sound of the words strung together in such a personal way made her pause. It sounded so familiar. Yes, the poems were raw for sure. The next rhyme was very touching. It was about a mother's voice, warm and unrelenting. Amara didn't read, but she stayed until the very last clap. One day when someone asked if she wrote, she just nodded. That night, for the first time in years, she opened her old notebook and let the ink pour out. As weeks turned into months, she started performing. She was truly nervous, shaky hands, trembling voice. But people listened. After one show, a woman cautiously approached her with tears in her eyes. She hugged her while saying, "Thank you." She whispered, "You said what I couldn't." From that day on, Amara started wearing bright colors. She laughed louder. Eventually, her coworkers noticed. One even asked her to lead a team project. Her best friend apologized for being distant and said, "You've changed, but in the best way." It wasn't overnight. Her confidence grew in cracks, not leaps. But one morning, walking past the same mirrored buildings, she caught a glimpse of her reflection and smiled. Not because she was different, but because she finally saw what everyone else had seen all along. She was never background noise, she was the beat.
Moving Parts Urban Stories presents the finest in relevant storylines for the urban community. There will always be a message to build on and spark meaningful dialogue. Thank you for joining us. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe.